So it says either you decide or they decide for you. And what's the next thing? Okay. So this is how good you got to be at communication. So let's talk about what communication is and what communication isn't. Here's communication in a nutshell. This is the model that we use. So when I think about this for a second, what is communication to any of you here in this room? Like, what does it mean, communication? This is important because if you watch the way I deliver this stuff, you can model a lot of this behavior yourself. So what is communication? Who could tell me what it is to you? Like, anybody want to give it a shot? Communication? Yeah. I'll give you a microphone just because it winds up on the, go ahead.
To give and receive a message.
Okay, give and receive a message. Okay, very good. So how often are we communicating as human beings? Let me just help you real quick. It's all the time. You can't turn it off at all. Like, you're communicating right now by speaking, the way you're sitting, you're sending me messages, you're sending yourself messages, going to have that drink, writing something down. We are communicating all the time. Taking responsibility for your actual communication is paramount. Everyone's got to take responsibility for it. So him saying, but I don't understand exactly how to do it. I'm dealing with people and their guilty parents and this and that. He is communicating over and over again, reinforcing that is a true statement in your brain over and over and over again until it takes somebody to share with him a different alternative. Get your attention. Share. I think you want to leave now and just go start pitching that, don't you? Okay, like you can go, feel free. Like feel free, just leave, okay? And start using that. That one line is the whole weekend. Like when I spoke at Mindshare recently, and I said to a group of doctors, I said, here's the greatest line that you can ever say. When somebody walks in and tells you something's wrong, and this is good for coaches as well, and anyone selling masterminds, is this how you'd like the story to end? It's one of the best lines you can ever use. Someone comes up to you in the financial stuff and says, well, you know, my business is problem. Someone says to Deanna, is this how you'd like the story to end? Well, no. Now you got their what? You got their attention, and you're going to redirect their story. That line is one of the greatest throwaways you can ever have. Is this how you'd like the story to end? Well, you know, I'm overweight, I'm not feeling good. Okay, great. Well, I have a question. Is this the end of the story, or would you like the story to have a different ending? You can say it any way you want. The benefit of that is it redirects people. That's a different form of communication. So that's a good thing. So here's what I mean by communication. This is the model that we use. Communication is this here. So the first thing we have is a little something called language. Language are the words that we use. These are the 3 ways that you can communicate with people. Language. It is the weakest form of communication is language. Now, language is made up of definitions, intensity of words, word choice, what words actually mean to them, tonality, when it was spoken, how they learned it, where they're from, and it goes on. Like language, we could spend 7 years discussing what term we use in one word and how that one word makes all the difference. Jonathan was not focused on the most powerful word, relationship. How important is your relationship with your sister? We are in the relationship business. Sending your nieces and nephews to college is more valuable than her getting a commission check. So language. When we cover language later, I'm going to give you words to use that have impact. That certain words have different things. Like one of the things that I teach people is if someone doesn't understand it, stop saying it. Or say it and then unsay it. So like when I work with doctors, they say, oh, I'm a functional medicine doctor. Nobody has a fucking idea what that means. Do you understand? Here's what functional medicine means. Code word for doing what works so you can get the result that you're looking for and your body works right. People understand that. So you want to say, I run a mastermind. Code word for putting you in the right room of people so you can get what you want quicker. The word mastermind, it could be a loose subject. It could mean a million different things to different people. Who knows what it means? I want to come up with something that actually makes sense to people. Language. Oh, those work better. Number 2 is going to be state. What state of mind a person's in? It's emotions. Getting people in the right state of mind. So when you're busy saying it correctly, I don't care if I say it correctly. I don't care if I'm grammatically correct. I don't care if I'm politically correct. I don't care what it is. I'm looking for the state that I need you in. So while I'm watching you, I want to put you where I need to be. So in this room, I want to get you guys to generate a learning state. It's a good place to be. That eventually I want to invoke a state where you feel like communicating. We need to explain what these things actually mean. So whenever we're delivering information to people, we got to figure out what state of mind that person's in and what state they need to be in to actually make a decision. Wouldn't it be cool to put people in a decision-making state so they actually felt like making a decision? Who really actually thinks about that? No, I'm just going to sell, and I'm going to hope it works. I'm just going to tell them the thing, and hopefully I get my point across. Versus, wait a second, I'm going to put them where they need to be. You got to remember the enemy you're up against. The enemy you're up against in a lot of the scenarios is not what you think it is. It's something very different. We're not here to convince somebody of something. We're here to adjust an identity they have about it, the relationships of how they heard about it before. The second you say it in a way they've never heard it before, you now become one of their new relationships. You're new in their brain now. So there's language, there's state, and then this is the biggest one of all, is patterns. Everyone who's not currently buying something from you has a pattern of not buying from you. I'll say it clearly, make sure you hear it. Everyone who's not currently buying from you has a habit of not buying from you. They don't have a pattern of it. They have a pattern of buying something else. If we all sold Tide here and we want them to buy Downy, then we need to actually build a new pattern because they go to the grocery store shelf, they buy Crest, they buy Tide, they buy the thing they currently buy and the way they buy it. How many of you just buy on Amazon? You don't even have another website you go to anymore. I just go straight to Amazon. They have got my pattern. Whole Foods has got my pattern. You're dealing with their pattern. So you need to almost trip them when they walk by. They fall on the floor, okay? They get tripped, trip. When they're on the floor, you can say, hey, can I help you up? I'd like to offer you another pattern. So what communication is, like, and then, so everybody gets this, the word choice you use, so if you're looking, who does consulting here? Okay. You do consulting? For what? For what? Very good. So what do you sell?
We help veterans write medical opinions so they can get their disability rating from the VA. A lot of these veterans have been fighting for 5 to 20 years. So you jump out of a plane, you hurt your knee. 10 years later, it can cause sleep apnea. So you submit your medical records to the VA, and they say, you don't have sleep apnea. So we not only say it properly, we structure it in a way that makes it irrefutable. The VA could say, oh, this is all structured properly. Definitely this is sleep apnea caused from your knee injury.
So who are you looking to influence?
Veterans.
You want to influence the veterans to go with you?
Correct.
Okay, very good.
We want to overcome they don't trust anyone. They've been screwed over by the VA. They want the trust initially.
Tell me how you fix that, and then I'll do your whole presentation for you.
I don't know how we fix that.
Tell me how you say it.
Oh, how do we say it? We tell them that we have 60 years of medical experience, that we're all veterans that own the business.
That's all that stuff that sounds good. That's that bottom of font
Yeah.
on the bottom of a website. Do you understand? That's all the stuff that nobody reads in the prospectus.
Yeah.
I'm just, nothing personal, I'm just telling you.
Fine. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, okay, keep on going.
I'm sorry?
And then what do you say?
We show them things that we've done for previous veterans. We have testimonials from veterans that say,
Great.
this has changed my
All
life.
of this stuff is necessary as backup. Do you understand?
Yeah.
What I want to do is we need to jar them.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happens?
Normally they come to us and say, well, it kind of feels like you're a scam. I really, like your office is here, and can I come into your office, but I live 6 states away. How can you prove to me that you are who you say you are? And there's really no way to do that other than evidence that we've helped other veterans.
Okay.
And
So
that we have veterans that work for us. and
So
that run
are
our
you,
businesses.
so how much does it cost? What am I doing?
There's nothing up front. Unless we get you rated and connected, you don't pay us anything. But if you do, then you're going to pay us 10% of your increase, a one-time fee.
Okay, how much is that?
10%. So it depends on the increase because everyone gets a different increase. So if you go from 10 to 30 and you get a $500 a month increase, you're going to pay us 10% of that one time.
Increase what, more money back?
Correct. So like, let's say you were only getting $300 from the VA and now you're getting $1,000.
Okay, so give me a real scenario and then I'm going to write this whole thing for you in my head.
There's so many different scenarios.
Just pick one.
Sleep apnea is a huge one for us. We have a lot of veterans that come in, they broke a knee in service, and now 15 years later they've gained an exorbitant amount of weight, and it causes sleep apnea, which you can literally never get rid of, but it's one of the hardest cases to get service connected.
Okay, so basically you're telling me that you want to convince me, the guy with sleep apnea, that I should give you money so you can get me money.
Correct.
Okay, I want to make sure I'm really clear.
And the money that you're going to get is over a lifetime, and we're never going to get any more of that money.
Okay.
This is lifetime money for you.
Okay.
Until you die, you're going to get this money.
Okay, so they haven't got paid fully for their service yet.
Correct, they have not. And they're
Okay.
angry with the VA, which transfers over to us.
Do
And they're
you
angry at us.
convince them that it's their money?
We do.
How do you do that?
We identify through some kind of,
Okay, so what state are they in?
they're in an untrusting state.
Very good.
They're unhappy. They feel left behind. They feel unheard.
Uh-huh. What language are you using?
That we hear you, that we've been there. The people that are working for us are veterans. They've been in your spot. They've experienced what you're experiencing, and now they're working for us because they see the change that we're making for other veterans.
Very good. And what's the pattern that keeps on happening to them?
They keep getting screwed over.
Okay. Do you say to them, are you willing to, when you first joined the service, you took a risk.
That's right.
And you took that risk on the battlefield and you took that risk everywhere you go. What's so sad about veterans later in life, the inability to take risks down the road. I'm not asking you to take a physical risk right now. I'm going to ask you to take a risk that most people have trouble with later on. And I understand where you're coming from this. And take the risk to trust one person again.
I like that.
You see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
See, it's a risk when these people were 18 years old and they were in high school or whatever it is, and they went down whether they signed up for ROTC or they went down to, at high school, they just didn't take the traditional plan that everybody else did. They walked up to a table or walked up to a recruiter, whether it was a Marine or a Navy or Air Force, whatever it is, and they signed a piece of paper and they trusted. And I understand implicitly why you may feel like you can't trust anymore. And I'll take as many conversations as we have, and you probably shouldn't trust me right off the bat because you don't know me. This entire conversation that I want to have with you is to regain your trust. Now, if you had an extra $500 a month and I could prove that to you and show that to you, would that be a good start? How about we start working towards getting you that? There's two words that I'm using, risk and trust. You're asking them to take a risk again. Reminding them that they were capable at one point with their shoulders back and confident, and they were cocky and excited, and they were 18 years old and they were able to do that. I'm putting them in a different state. I'm getting them out of old school veteran. I'm bringing them back to 18-year-old boot camp.
Okay.
Do you talk to them about boot camp?
Well, sometimes we do. We talk about boots on the ground. We ask a lot of
No,
questions.
no, no. Do you talk to them about basic training?
Not really. No, we're not really using that
It was some of the
language.
most, anyone military in here? It's some of the scariest, most exciting, empowering moments of these people's lives. Am I correct that you did that? Am I correct? I work with a lot of military people. And you did something and you committed to something and there were promises made.
That's right.
It isn't the government's fault as much as they didn't plan for this.
Yeah.
They didn't plan for this. Don't blame the government. They didn't plan for this.
Yeah.
They didn't know they wouldn't be good at it. Have you ever been to the post office?
Yes.
They can't even get the post office right. Why do you think they're going to get your check right?
That's a good way to come at it. I like that.
You got it?
I do.
Yes.
So it sounds like what you're doing is if we look at the average box, you're not taking their current identity, but you're going back to a past identity that jumps them out of the box.
Yes.
Because the past identity is different.
I need them out of the box they're currently in. Everything I'm going to teach you is about getting them out of what they currently would do so we can get them where we need them to go. I'll take them in the past, take them in the future, take them next month, I'll make shit up. It doesn't really matter. We need to take them anywhere other than where they're at, because where they're at can only get them what they currently have.
And is this communication thing the thing that's supposed to get them out of the box?
Yeah, it totally gets them out of the box, because what am I doing is I'm changing their what? State. I'm using different language. Risk. Have you been to the post office? Have you waited in line at a post office? Did you think that the other government agencies were going to run any different? Can blame them or choose to live here. Are you considering moving to Australia? No. Okay, so we're going to live here, right? Let's work with the way it works. I would love to have a different profession than the one I have. I'm just adamant about getting this back for people because you deserve it. It's yours.
What about veterans that come back and say, but I'm owed this? This is a promise that's made to me by the government when I sign up that if you're hurt in active duty military service, we're going to take care of you.
Very good. Did you fight while you were in duty, on
Yes.
duty? Yes. Did you fight?
Yes.
Did you fall for your country?
Yes.
Are you willing to fight for you now?
And then a lot of times that's
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes.
Are you
Yeah.
willing to fight for you?
Yes.
I need you to be a fighter with me, but I'm going to fight alongside you.
So basically, we do tell them that. We say we're fighting for veteran benefits, so we should really flip that and say, why aren't you fighting for your benefits?
But the difference between I say it and you say it is,
Yeah.
have you ever been a fighter? Did you
Okay.
fight when you were overseas?
Okay,
Are you still willing to fight?
okay. I like it.
You just have to sign the paperwork. It's different this time. You sign the paperwork and I fight.
Oh, I like that.
See the state change? Before you signed the paperwork and you fought. This time you signed the paperwork and I fight. See the difference? You won't have to fight anymore. You don't need them to fight anymore, do you? They've already done their fighting. Let us fight for you. Yes.
Michael, one of the
And you have something too?
You asked us to do the.
Yeah. How's that working?
It's
Are you
not,
what?
It's not for me because I'm not aware of what should go on one side versus the other side. The only time I've seen you do something that was a whiplash moment is you said, that is why my clients stay with me for 7, 8 years. And
I was right here when I stood right
yes.
here. I stood right here.
And I knew that it was making a point. It felt like social proof or something like that. It felt like seeding your programs, all of which I admire. Like I'm not.
No, I just said it because I just said it.
Okay. Well, I don't understand what to put on either side of the line then.
That's the language. The other thing is the watch. So one of the things I'm doing, first off, I've got most people are just staring right now and they're looking. Everyone's paying attention and wanting to get it. One of the things I'm doing is it's in the angles, it's the moving, it's everything. It's a little bit of everything. I'll share a little more with you, but there's a way that I'm doing what I'm doing, even with my hands, that when you learn how to do it, I'm going to show you all this stuff while we're here. This is no randomness to any of this. I'm also not really anymore trying to do anything. Like a lot of you are gonna sound like, when you say that the first time, it's gonna sound like you're reading a script. So, how about you sign the paper and I fight for you? Eventually it's gonna be natural. Like this is natural for me now, it's just what I do. I don't sit here and go, okay, time to reframe, time to free-frame, time to get their attention, time to mirror, time to match. I don't do any of that. I just me, and it works, but I've also just bought into this. So part of it is watching the reactions and the way things get handled, or the angles. You'll see. You're going to get a new level of awareness. Okay, question, and then I got to move on. I got to teach something today.
Do you find that whenever you're disturbing someone to get them out of their box, that moving them?
You said disturbing someone?
Yeah. Do you find that moving
I'm
them,
going to clarify real quick. Disrupting or disturbing?
breaking their pattern?
Okay, much safer. Go ahead.
Do you find moving them towards something that they want or moving them away from something that
I'll
they
move
don't
them
want?
anywhere.
Okay.
Whenever I'm helping somebody, like I do a lot of like really hardcore intervention work with people with major psychological challenges, I will take them pissed off and angry and want to kill me versus them want to hurt themselves. I'll take them anywhere other than where I just want to get them out of what they currently do. So I just will move them anywhere. Okay? Make sense? Yes. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. This is a very interactive crowd. You're enjoying this? Okay, cool.
So
He's angry.
the answer is I love this. My mind is, I want to go back to work.
You want to leave and go use it?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Intensive. Go, bye. I got a shit to do today.
No.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Here's my question, though. And this is kind of a confession. I love to go to timeshares to test my skills and to watch their skills.
They're good.
They're very
I train
good.
a lot of those guys.
Very good. So how do you deal with, I need to think about it? Because I'm extremely
love this.
good and successful at disrupting and
So
doing
what
these
is the
things.
answer you say when someone says I need to think about it? What is the first words out of your mouth? Because that's the most important thing.
It's combative, and I don't like it.
How do you say it? So if I said to you, John, let's watch John fight. John, I need to think about it.
What do you want to think about?
So
What's
that's
the
where you
question?
become an asshole. Does that make sense? I'm being serious. And you don't want to be one because you're a nice guy.
And see, here's the problem. I'm trained as an attorney, so it comes
I know you
natural.
are. You and I know each other. We spent time at lunch.
I'm not teasing.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm
I know.
trained to do that.
You can say to them, what you want to do is acknowledge people. This is a really important word I'm going to give you. You don't want to agree, you want to acknowledge, which sounds like agreeing. So my favorite words to say is, I totally see why you might say that. It diffuses the entire thing. So say it again. Tell me you need to think about it.
What I said,
Yeah, just say I need to think about it.
I need to think about it.
Tell me what they would say.
That's what they say. I need to think about it.
Totally see why you might say that. And they give you that face.
So can we get back to you in a week?
What I'd like to do is I want to share something with you. That's totally fine. Can I share something with you?
Sure.
Okay. After doing this for years, one of the biggest challenges that I run into is, because I understand we're talking about people's you do their trusts. Yes.
We redo their trust.
What's that?
Redo their trust.
Yeah, redo the trust. Here's the
So
challenge.
we've got a client who's pissed off. with
I'm
us
not
all
going to
the way.
use fear and say that something bad could happen to you in the next week, even though it could. I'm not going to go there. And no, we're probably not going to be able to meet for a week anyways. But the one thing that I've learned is, are you interested or excited at all what I've just shared, John?
Yes. It makes total sense.
Not scheduling the next thing is where most people go wrong in this world. That's how we got in this problem in the first place. So all I'd like to do is, we can think about it, but let's think about it together, and let's because you're scheduling the next meeting, right?
Sometimes, most of them sign up on the spot.
Very good. So you could schedule the next meeting. So why don't we just start with schedule the next meeting where we can get together. I can do it as soon as tomorrow, okay? Do you have your calendar? Can we do that?
I need to talk to my attorney first.
Now that's the conversation you really want to have.
The
isn't it?
attorney who drafted my previous document that was done
So
wrong.
why don't we have that conversation right now, you and I? Can I help you talk to him?
No,
What is your-
no, I'm uncomfortable with that because he probably won't want to talk to you.
Can I help you talk with him right now? How about we talk about what you're going to say?
Okay,
Can I give you some insight?
sure, but the first thing I'm going to ask him is why he screwed up my documents.
And you're going to attack him. And you know what he's going to say?
You don't need these things. They're not important.
Very good. So my question is, how important is that relationship with your current attorney? Is it that you want to recoup the money you spent, or is it that you're angry and mad? And what I have found, see, I'm about to talk real human behavior right now. People love psychology. It's people's favorite class. That's why you guys came here. You guys like my stuff. It's psychology. People love, like you love psychology. Psychology. Do you know that people will actually do things that aren't even in their best interest because they're worried about a relationship? Did you know that certain times somebody could be hurt, but they don't want to cry for help? You heard of the story before, haven't you? They don't want to cry for help. And do you know why they don't want to cry for help? They don't want to look like they needed it. It's an insecurity. So do you think going back and talking to this person and telling them they did something wrong is going to be really good for your relationship with them? Is it money you're looking to get back from them?
I'm not really worried about the relationship. I want to make sure that what you're saying is true because I don't understand what I'm doing.
Okay. That I understand.
And I'm telling you what they're thinking, not what they necessarily say.
I want to know what they'd say, because you need to stop telling me what they're thinking. We need to focus on what they'd say.
I just need to take some time. My wife and I have this rule where we never make a decision on the spot.
I know it's upsetting what you found out tonight. I'd be upset too. You went your whole life thinking one thing was one thing and thinking something was another. How would you feel, John, if you found out that at your age that your parents really weren't your parents? Would that be upsetting?
Yes.
How upset would you be? Break your heart,
Very-
wouldn't it?
Sure.
You have a reason to be upset. And I don't like to have to do this, but I find it necessary. If anyone saw his face change, what I just did you see it? This is where, what's that? Even this guy right here, as the attorney that's stone cold killer. Does that make sense? When I said, imagine finding out your parents weren't your parents at your age. Now we're having a real do you understand that is what this meeting just told you? You thought something was right and it's not. I'm sorry I had to be the one to deliver that to you. And a lot of times we don't trust people that hurt us. So if I hurt you with the information, I apologize. See what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand you need to ask your wife, and I need to understand this, and I need to understand that. I get that. I've been doing this for blah, 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 blah amount of years. Now, how bad do we need to pressure them right now versus meet with them again?
If they leave, they won't come back.
You need to tell them that. You need to say, what I've learned after years of doing this. I remember doing this. I learned this at 19 years old. And this was sales. This is not influence. And I haven't even gotten to the material yet. I'll get to that in a minute. But at 19 years old, I looked the guy in the eyes and said, let me tell you what's going to happen next. See, when you say that to somebody, that's some really strong shit. So let me tell you what's going to happen next. you're going to call me a week from now. And if we wind up meeting again, you're going to wind up doing this anyways. One of the biggest regrets that I ever get from my clients is what happens in that week period. The confidence that you get tonight knowing that we scheduled an appointment, or the confidence that you get tonight knowing you're doing this, I would enroll. I would make the commitment for you and for your family, because this isn't about you. This is for you and your wife, correct? Mm-hmm. You're not making a decision for yourself. You're making one for you and your wife. We're not changing anything tonight. You're just committing to you. The second you fill out this paperwork, we move forward. If you want to call me a couple days from now and tell me you don't want to do it, just call me and tell me you don't want to do it. But don't discount what you just heard, because the second you walk out of that door, you discount what you just heard.
Well, and the people who come to the workshop that we do, a lot of them sign up. We do very, very well
Very good.
with that.
Do you understand what the word
It's
denial
when
means?
they actually come to the meeting itself.
Do you understand what denial means? Denial.
Ignoring the problem?
Denial is probably people's biggest issue. Do you know what most cancer doctors say? Denial. You deny. You get that little pain. You don't go to the doctor quick enough, do you? It's denial. Do you agree there's a possibility of what I just shared with you is accurate?
Sure.
Are you going to deny it, or do we want to do something about it?
Now, how do we avoid the high pressure?
There's not that high pressure right there.
I feel high pressure.
Yeah, because you're asking me to right now. I wouldn't normally say it like that, all those things at once. I've been on you for 10 minutes, okay? So I would just say, look.
I'm ready to sign up and have you do my trust.
Yeah. I would say this. I would say, look, denial is one of the biggest things I run into, and I'm not saying you're denying this. Do you agree that anything I shared seems accurate?
Oh, yes.
Do you know that if you call your current attorney and if you ask him if this was okay or did he mean to, it starts a whole battle you don't need? You ever try to get money back from customer service?
Well, I don't think they want their money back. They just want to try to find out
Don't
what went wrong.
overthink what I'm saying. I'm putting seeds in their head. Don't try to figure it out. Have you ever called and tried to get $12 back from something? It's a pain in the neck, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's not even worth the fight. More importantly is, I want to make sure this is working for you. I'm just telling you, denial is a big word. Most people deny what they heard, and they deny it by avoiding.
And is that for me to be aware of, or is that for me to actually
I would say that shit out
communicate
loud.
Do you know what's interesting about what you just said is I was having a conversation with a timeshare guy, and I said, I'm just curious, why do you insist on a decision today? I know why. I wanted to ask him. And he says, because when people leave our office, they never come back. Do you know what my thought was? Well, then you must be selling a piece of junk.
Here's why they don't come back. Let me tell you why people don't come back. See, here's why people don't come back. They're busy. How busy is your life, John?
Extremely.
How many kids you got?
5.
You got 5 kids. How many businesses you got?
Pardon?
How many businesses do you have?
1, but it's...
Do you own real estate?
Pardon?
Do you own any real estate?
Yeah.
Do you have any employees?
Yeah.
Do you have a team?
Yeah.
You married?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got a wife, a team. You got a sports team you probably like. You have a car.
Not anymore. The Chargers left.
Oh, whatever. Okay. But you have a car. You have a house. You own real estate. And you have a business. You have a very busy week, don't you?
And grandkids.
And grandkids. All I want to do is make this easier for you and give you the most valuable asset you have is your time. The confidence that you get from making a decision today, and this is my favorite line to say because it's the truth. I would say whenever you're getting down to something like this, and I taught you this when we were in California, and I'm going to give it to you one more time. Whenever you're dealing with somebody and they're having trouble making a decision, you want to look at them and you want to basically say, whenever a human being makes a decision to do anything, they attach everything around them. You can leave here and you can walk away, but then you're attaching doubt and avoidance to something special like your future and your trust. Make a decision today, you're attaching confidence to it. Emotions get attached to things. You're watching a movie that you love, you get a phone call that somebody's sick or dying, it'll always be attached to that movie. There's songs like that you have, isn't there? Mm-hmm. So the whole thing is, if you walk out of here today and you decide you're going to do this, we do it confidently. You want to call me in 2 days and not want to do it? That'll be in 2 days. But you have the ability to attach confidence to this decision rather than doubt. Does everybody understand that works for every business? It's the truth. The feeling you get knowing that you did this, now you don't want to pressure anyone to buy that. The reason he needs to do that right there and then, they are not coming back. But in your business, you don't want to do that. You want to give them time. What's that? Yeah, but someone to come on your team, you want them to go home and talk themselves out of it, and only come back if they're going to be great. Some of the franchise world, it's the same type of thing. It really needs to be the best decision for them. How much is this? How much is this product?
$3,500 to $5,000.
$3,500 to $5,000? Okay, it's $5,000. Worst comes to worst, put $1,000 down now. We'll charge the other 4 in 3 days. Just make a decision. Just trust yourself. Is that helpful for anybody?
I was just saying on that, also maybe a contingency I've seen, like Chet Holmes talked about that. So, okay, let's not do it today, but let's just sign the paper and then, like you said, like a 3-day or a down payment or even no debt, just using the fear, the obligation, because now, I already kind of, the obligation and then guilt if they don't come back sort of thing. So that's a huge one that that type of thing, that works really well.
The only problem I have with using some of the older school stuff on that, a lot of people have seen this, and they've seen that scenario. So what I like to do is I like to attach something different to it. So I like to attach a different state to it. And the state I like to attach to it is something different than they're used to. And one of those things I attach is the feeling of confidence. You get to feel more confidence today. Do you know what you get today? You get the confidence knowing you believe in yourself.
How do you overcome the fact that most people believe they're going to feel more confident 3 days from now? Like if I go home and think about it, I'll undoubtedly feel more confident. Of course they won't. They'll just walk away.
And you answer this question for me. You're going to go home and you're going to think about it, correct? Who are you going to talk to?
Well, I'll talk to my husband, and I'll talk to my business coach, and I'll talk to my blah, blah, blah.
Fantastic. How familiar are they with what we do? So here I am. I'll answer all your questions you have right now. I'll give you whatever you need right now. But you're about to go ask 3 people that don't know anything about something if it's a good idea for you. Is that a pattern you've had your entire life? Let me ask you a better question. Do you have trouble building your team? See what I'm doing? Did you like that? I didn't call them stupid.
Very much.
No. They feel stupid. I didn't say it. They put that together.
What if they say, I just need to think about it in my own head?
Can you tell me what else is inside that thing? You got it? See what I'm doing? I'm basically just counteracting what they're saying with something else. So when somebody says, I just need to think about it, okay, great. Well, why don't we have that thought out loud? Have you ever thought about a diet before? See, take them off the subject. Get them off of money. Just say, he should look people in the eyes and go, you know why most people don't lose weight? They're thinking about losing weight. And they have an identity as a person that is overweight. You have an identity as a person right now that these things don't work out for. How many other financial challenges do you currently have? I mean, we can go on for days. Yes, sir.
Do you ever over-influence somebody? Because in this process, do you ever get to a point to where you
I never
need to
heard that
walk
term,
away?
over-influence somebody.
Well, you force somebody, you get them to say yes, when ultimately it costs you more to facilitate that client. Maybe not in his case, but could be price.
So I don't actually do any of these things because I do all this stuff up front. I avoid all the stuff you're dealing with because I would build that entire thing into my presentation, which I'm going to teach you guys in a few minutes. You guys are all doing your shit backwards. I would build it in the middle of my presentation. I'd start off my presentation going, let me tell you in advance, most of you are going, I did a pitch the other day for something. You guys use the term pitch, so I'll use your term. I watched people do genius pitches. Slides and all this. I had no slide. They asked me for slides. I had no slide. I basically looked everyone in the air and go, okay, well, here's the time for the sales pitch, and I'll let you guys do it. You're going to sell yourself on whether you want to do this or not right now. You can either, if you liked what I just did and you want to know how to do it, you just come up here and I'll show you how to get started with me, or you can leave. And whatever choice you want to do is yours. You do the sales pitch, I'll be here. Just seeing those percentages that day. It's the truth. I did that because at the beginning of my talk, I had the truth with people. I let them know in advance. I wasn't trying to like hustle something or build some canned presentation. Real influence is having the conversation up front. It's having it in their head. Most of you are like 5 minutes into my presentation, I would be saying something like, most people fail in business because they take advice from their 5 closest people that have not gotten you what you wanted anyways in your life. So let's talk about who they are, and why don't you write them down on paper, and then let's put a little circle around them called friends. There are friends, and then there's advisors. I would like to be your advisor today. I never said that before, but that makes sense, doesn't it? Does everybody like that? You can call this a sales call that we're on right now, or you can assume I'm trying to help you. Sales comes from the Latin word, Norse word, forgive me, which means sale, which means to serve. You did your service for this country. My job is to serve you and finalize what you were supposed to get in the first place. You can call this a sales call, but real sales is to serve. If I can't serve you, you get your money back. This is not sales, it's service. Flip it on them. Did that answer your question?
Not really, but.
So ask it again. I don't understand the question.
So as influence, we're selling.
Yep.
And sometimes you can oversell somebody where they become more of a pain because you convince them to buy.
I don't convince anybody to buy, nor should you. So
Well,
would you,
but I mean, this whole process just kind of took my mind
well,
down that path.
he's in a hardcore close situation
Yeah.
where literally it is blatantly obvious that there is a misrepresentation of information that will affect somebody financially down the road that could cost them millions of dollars if not their family not get their inheritance that they should have gotten. That is for him. For your product, which I know, you do not want those clients.
Correct.
You want to do it radically different. But you've got to overcome something else. The biggest reason why these things fail and why a relationship with an agency is incorrect and how that works wrong. Do you see how that? It's a different thing. So yes, you don't want to sell everybody. You just want the people that you really want to work with. Does that answer now?
That's better, yeah.
Okay, I like that answer better too.